Welcome to today's tutorial. On today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to use Jetpack Compose to build a full working application in this series, but today we are going to learn how to start and run our first application using Jetpack Compose. To run this, to follow this tutorial, you need an Android Studio Chipmunk Canary version or above. So I am using Android Studio Dolphin. So let's start by opening up the Android Studio. The loading time depends on your machine and its specifications. I am using a machine that has 8GB RAM but runs with Intel Core i5. So now before you proceed, you have to create a project. So you select new project. In these options, you are not creating a Wear OS or Android TV or an automotive, which is for cars, Android TV for your televisions. So we are creating a phone or a tablet application. So now we'll choose an empty compose activity. The default is always an empty activity, which uses XML only. So we are using an empty compose activity. So when we select empty compose activity, we click on next to set up what we use. And the only language that you can use for Jetpack Compose now it's Kotlin. So it doesn't use Java. So let's rename our application. The application name is iHear app, which means market in Igbo. So it says your app will run approximately on 98.0 devices. So this is when I choose the API level. If I go lesser, I think it's not advisable to go to use API levels more than API 21. For Android Lollipop 5.0, then I think everything is set up. We now click finish to proceed. Then you wait for your project to actually load and get your working environment ready. Our working environment is ready and it has loaded up what we need to run our application. So but the Gradle build file is still loading, so you allow it to go through. So this is okay. This can pop up. You might just say do not show this again. This is the settings for your proxy and your network and everything. So our build has completed, but it failed. Our build failed. So what caused that is because I didn't use an internet connection when I was loading up the application. So now I have to connect to the internet and and synchronize my project. So here now I'm connected to the internet. So what will you do? You go to Gradle. Make sure that this is not toggled on. This is the offline mode. Then you toggle it on to be in the online mode, and you synchronize your Gradle files. So you allow it to synchronize. This might take some time too, depending on your network speed. Now our build is successful. So we go back to our main activity. So let's look through the app structure. This is the app structure for Jetpack Compose. It uses Kotlin 5 to control the interface and every other thing of your application. These are the color kits, the shape, the theme. So then the type of typography and so many other things. So then this is the main activity. In the main activity, you can see where you declared your application, and then and you made the modifier to fill max size and so many other things. So this is where you called the method, which is greeting, into the main app. So the greeting just has your what do you call it? It just has a text which writes hello world name, and then displays it on the screen with the at preview show background is equal to true, which is a composable. So for us to preview what we are doing in the design, we have to run our build. It needs a successful build. So we've had a successful build now. So we can see a preview of our application. Let's see. Let's close the build.gradle. Let's see the theme. So this is what we have on the preview. So now our emulator is up. We'll run our application. So our app is now launching on the emulator. let's switch to the emulator to view our application. Now our application has successfully built and run on a physical device, as you could see it here. So, but you might be wondering why instead of it showing Hello Orion has C, it still went on to show Hello Android. The thing is, where I changed Orion has C is just for the preview. You can change other things in the preview, but if you want them to be applied in the application, you come to the main class, which is your application, under the app theme, and make your changes. Greeting was initialized as the string in greeting was initialized as Android here, which is greeting string. Then it was called in the text method. So for us to make changes, we'll have to come here and then rename it to Orion has C. So we can actually work offline if we want to. If we want to work offline, we have to select our Gradle. You have to toggle to offline mode, then synchronize. Remember to synchronize project Gradle files if you want to work offline. So when the synchronization finishes, I will switch off my network and then continue working. So you see everything works perfectly. Alright, now we've concluded building our Gradle app, and now it is in offline mode. Let's try and run our application once more. So that we see if this Hello Orion has C will be applied as it has been changed in the app theme, and no more just only in the preview. So Hello Android is showing, so when the app runs again, we'll see what should be showing there. So wait for it to run. So we've successfully launched the application after we made changes in the text file in the application. So let's wait for Compose to refresh and then for it to preview. So when we open up the application, we will now see our changes, after which we will have to put off our internet and try to run the application without the internet. So our internet is off now. So hooray, our application has run with our changes being applied. So you have successfully built your first Jetpack Compose application and made some changes in it, and also run it in the offline mode without using the internet. Please subscribe to my channel and follow up for the series where we'll build a full-fledged application using Android's Jetpack Compose. Thank you.